Coach, 10 assists in that first quarter, 30 for the game, second straight game with 30 assists. What stands out about the ball movement, specifically these last two games?
Well, I think that one, it got started off our defense, the activity to get into the open floor, and then creating space, attacking space, but doing something for someone else. I think they all shared in running the floor, cutting, and playing off the cut. And when we do that, we create good shots for each other. So we got into a good rhythm. And then, I thought the defense was terrific, but then the willingness to share the ball was huge for us.
Kind of with that, the Pistons have struggled with turnovers a lot this year. Is the main thing for your guys preaching intensity and pressure just because that is a team that is turnover prone and being able to turn that into easy offense too?
No, the one thing that they've played really good basketball. They really have. I've watched a number of their games, and this team is a very, very good team. They're very dynamic, and they could hurt you with their speed. They can hurt you off the dribble. The backcourt is dynamic, and then the shooting they added in their bigs, the activity of their bigs is huge. And so, we were concerned. We knew we had to be ready for the start of the game, and I think that's important for us. And then you got to play it 48 minutes against them. If you let your guard down, they can put points up quickly on you. And so I thought we were tied together. I loved the way OG played. I thought his activity was phenomenal for us. He's so disruptive, and then getting out and making plays off of transition, getting those easy baskets, I think gets everyone into rhythm. And then when everyone's touching the ball and everyone's cutting like that, it's you get a lot of easy buckets too. It's not just the threes, and the volume of the threes has gone way up. But we know there's a lot of things we got to improve upon also. So. We're moving in the right direction, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
You mentioned the other day about when Josh cuts, it opens things up. It looked like today Jalen was doing it. Michaela, I think Carl had a really nice pass to Jalen on one. Just kind of, is that?
Well, yeah, and Carl is very, very unselfish, and so our guards are going to get a lot of pressure. And if we move without the ball and we make quick decisions, and if you cut and you're open, and you're going to get it makes you cut hard. And even if you don't get it, what you're doing is creating an open shot for the next guy that's behind you. And so I think all the movement is really good for us. And then let the game tell you what to do. So we talk about making deep paint decisions. And so sometimes there's a cut, we drive off the back of the cutter, and then that creates an easy shot for someone else. And oftentimes when you help somebody else, you end up helping yourself. So keep working together, and when we work together, our offense is going to be very good.
With Cat, he's shooting 65% on three-pointers. You mentioned the passing at 7 assists, including that behind the back. Is this what you envisioned this offense looking like when you got it?
And it's everybody, I think the more that they work together, but Cat's skill set, because of the shooting, you have to be up on him, right? And then what that does is it opens up the cutting, and the harder we cut, the more we're going to get easy buckets, we're going to get open threes, and his willingness to share the ball and make plays for his teammates. And then Jalen they're developing really good chemistry off of it, and it's a lot of it is them seeing things, playing out of the pocket. We had a number of plays in which Jalen found guys in the pocket, Cam found guys in the pocket. We ended up with corner threes off that. And so let the game tell you what to do. If they pull in, hit the open man. Just trust the pass. And that's the way that we're playing right now. And but again, we'll take a look at the film, and we know we got to clean some things up, and defensively continue to work.
You've had a lot of praise for OG lately, and you've coached a lot of great defenders in this league. Is there anything about him that separates him from other guys that you've coached in the past?
Yeah, it's hard to say, in terms of comparing guys to each other. I think each guy is unique, and there's things about him that are so unique and different. His size, his strength, his speed, his anticipation, his ability to read and to see things ahead. When you see things ahead, it makes you quicker. And I think that leads to a lot of disruption. and he knows how to read plays. And if someone's loose with the ball, and he's very active with his hands and disruptive off the ball, but he's also very good on the ball, and he's super long. And so he can fly by you, and he can come back into the play and still impact the shot. I think his pick and roll defense is unique, and then the fact that he can switch onto everybody, so that makes him very unique. And to me, he's it's great for our team, and I think his teammates, his coaches, the organization, we know how valuable he is to us. He's really invaluable.
How mdo you talk about playing a 48-minute game? I think today you guys were up 26 after one, but never let them make that run. I don't think they ever got within 22 after the first quarter.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do in an NBA game. But, certainly with even no matter what you're up, you never feel like the lead is safe because of the three. You see teams, get 10 points in a minute, and then all of a sudden there's hope, and call doesn't go your way, and then now you're fighting, and so we want to play tough with a lead. And there's a lot that goes into like what we're doing, and we're talking about finishing everything, and that's offensively and defensively. And if we're building the right habits, we'll continue to improve.
Precious, I know Precious came with you guys on this trip. Is there a chance he plays on this road trip, or what?
He's doing a little more on the court. Like once a guy can start doing some stuff on the court, then usually they'll travel with us. Sometimes it's better to keep him back because we could do more rehab stuff at the facility. So it's case by case, but he's making good, steady progress. But he hasn't actually gone through practice yet.
So we'll see about Achua out with the bad hammy. A lot to unpack there. Wally, the presence of Towns drawing the opposing five away from the basket, is that what's leading to all of this cutting and movement that we maybe haven't seen as much in years past?
Yeah, every NBA team wants to open up the floor and open up driving lanes because Jalen Brunson, you got to respect him to knock down that three so he can get a step to the basket and create dribble penetration anytime. So when that middle is open, it opens up cutters, it opens up driving lanes, finishes around the basket. It's just something that Tom Thibodeau really hasn't had a lot of in his coaching career. He's always had a really solid big man that's a great rebounder, rim protector, shot blocker, and defender. But now he's got someone that can stretch the floor, and you can see how fluid Tom Thibodeau's offense is when he has that option.
This is what the Celtics look like when they have Porzingis on the floor and Derek White and slashers and cutters. Obviously, you have Tatum and Brown, but that's what they look like, and this is essentially how 5-out works, and this is what they wanted. And that's, again, why you traded for Karl-Anthony Towns was not just to have his talent, but to help unlock more of what Jalen Brunson can do as well.
And Tibbs really high on OG Anunoby. Now, tonight you notice Anunoby with the 21 points. Other nights maybe he doesn't fill up the box score like he did tonight, but
three straight games with 2 steals.
Right.
Each game, 2 steals, 2 steals, 2 steals.
Welcome back to HoopZone Sport News. Today, we're diving deep into the recent game where the Knicks showcased an impressive performance against the Detroit Pistons, culminating in a dominant 128-98 victory. This win highlights not just the scoring prowess of the Knicks, but also their defensive tenacity and team chemistry. So, let's break down what made this game so special. From the very beginning, the Knicks established their presence on both ends of the court. The game was characterized by an astounding 30 assists, marking the second straight game with that impressive number. Coach Thibodeau emphasized that this level of ball movement is essential for the Knicks' offensive success. He noted that sharing the ball and making the extra pass creates better shot opportunities for everyone on the team. The movement off the ball was particularly notable, with players cutting effectively and finding open spaces, which led to high-quality shot selections. Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns were pivotal in this game, demonstrating an undeniable chemistry that left the Pistons scrambling. Brunson's exceptional performance, scoring 36 points and dishing out multiple assists, was a testament to his ability to read the game and find his teammates in advantageous positions. He was particularly adept at making plays in the paint and hitting corner threes, showcasing the fluidity of the Knicks' offense. Towns, too, had a standout game, contributing significantly not just in scoring, but also in playmaking. His willingness to share the ball, combined with his ability to stretch the floor with his three-point shooting, hitting an impressive 65%, opened up space for his teammates. This dynamic is something the Knicks have been looking to build, and seeing it come to fruition is encouraging. The Knicks' defensive effort was equally impressive. With 16 steals and forcing 22 turnovers, they maintained pressure on the Pistons throughout the game. This defensive intensity is crucial, especially against a young and dynamic team like Detroit, which has shown it can struggle with ball security. Coach Thibodeau's emphasis on defensive pressure paid off as the Knicks converted turnovers into easy scoring opportunities. It's clear that the coaching staff has instilled a mindset focused on both offensive execution and defensive disruption. One player who stood out defensively was OG Anunoby, whose energy and disruptive play created problems for the Pistons all night. His ability to pressure the ball and force turnovers not only highlighted his individual talent, but also showcased the collective defensive strategy of the team. Every starter contributed defensively, with multiple steals being recorded across the board. This collective effort is what Thibodeau has been preaching, and it's beginning to pay dividends on the court. As we look at the bigger picture, the Knicks are beginning to solidify their identity as a cohesive unit. The chemistry is growing, and players are starting to understand their roles better, which is crucial as the season progresses. The seamless ball movement and the unselfish play indicate that this team is committed to working together to achieve success. They are not just relying on one or two stars, but are utilizing the full roster to maximize their scoring potential. However, it's important to note that while the Knicks are making strides, there is still work to be done. Coach Thibodeau has acknowledged the need for continued improvement, particularly in maintaining defensive intensity for a full 48 minutes and cleaning up some areas in their game. The focus must remain on consistency, especially as they face tougher opponents down the line. This brings us to a pivotal question. With the current roster, can the Knicks take the next step in the Eastern Conference? There have been rumors surrounding Anthony Edwards and his potential interest in joining the Knicks. While he has publicly stated he isn't looking to move to New York, it raises an intriguing discussion about whether the Knicks need another superstar to elevate them further. The combination of Brunson and Towns, if developed fully, might just be enough to propel the Knicks into serious contention. The way they complement each other's game and share the ball suggests a promising future. But does that mean the Knicks should rest on their laurels? Or should they actively pursue another star to further strengthen their roster? As we analyze the Knicks' performance and future prospects, I encourage you to share your thoughts. Do you believe the Knicks are on the right path, or do they need to make a move for another star? Your opinions matter, so drop your comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to HoopZone Sport News for more in-depth analysis and coverage of the Knicks and the NBA. We're just getting started, and we want you to be part of the journey. Until next time, let's keep rooting for the Knicks and see how this season unfolds.